In a world where social validation reigns supreme, the Sigma male stands as an anomaly, unshaken, unapologetic, and utterly independent. He defies expectations, operates outside the system, and refuses to conform to the rules that govern modern relationships and social interactions. But this very defiance makes him a target of resentment. Women conditioned to expect constant attention, emotional engagement, and grand gestures often misinterpret his independence as rejection, his emotional detachment as indifference, and his brutal honesty as hostility. Yet, beneath this tension lies a deeper truth. The Sigma male doesn't just challenge societal norms, he exposes the insecurities they mask. And that is precisely why he is both hated and admired. Independence that feels like rejection. Sigma males are fiercely independent, living life on their own terms without seeking approval or validation. While this independence is a cornerstone of their strength, it often clashes with societal expectations, especially in relationships. Modern women are used to men seeking validation through likes on social media, extravagant displays of affection, or constant attention. A Sigma male, however, operates differently. He doesn't need external reinforcement to feel secure. This can come across as aloofness or even rejection to women who've been conditioned to equate attention with affection. But the root of this resentment runs deeper. A Sigma male's independence forces people to confront their reliance on external approval. He becomes a mirror reflecting their insecurities and dependence on social validation. For some women this is empowering, inspiring them to cultivate their own independence. For others it's unsettling, sparking feelings of inadequacy or frustration. The Sigma male's self-reliance also disrupts the traditional dynamics of relationships. He isn't looking for someone to complete him, but for a partner who is equally independent. This leaves little room for manipulation or emotional games, frustrating those who rely on these tactics to maintain control. In a world that thrives on interdependence, the Sigma male's independence isn't just different, it's revolutionary, and revolutions, as history shows, often provoke resistance. Emotional detachment that feels like indifference. Sigma males are masters of emotional self-control. They don't react impulsively, wear their hearts on their sleeves, or allow emotions to cloud their judgment. While this stoic approach to emotions is a strength, it's often misinterpreted as indifference by modern women. Many women are accustomed to men who are emotionally expressive, or at least responsive to their cues. A Sigma male, however, doesn't fit this mold. His emotional detachment isn't about lack of feeling, it's about prioritizing inner peace over external drama. He doesn't get pulled into unnecessary arguments or overreact to minor issues. This level-headedness can feel like a superpower, but also a source of frustration for women seeking emotional reciprocity. This detachment also makes Sigma males less susceptible to manipulation. They're not swayed by emotional pleas or guilt tactics, which are often employed consciously or subconsciously in relationships. For women who rely on emotional leverage, this can feel like hitting a brick wall. But the real reason emotional detachment sparks resentment is deeper. It disrupts the traditional narrative of relationships where emotional interdependence is often expected. A Sigma male's ability to maintain his emotional autonomy challenges this dynamic, making some women feel undervalued or excluded. Ultimately, this detachment isn't about rejecting others but protecting oneself. It's a boundary that ensures the Sigma male remains true to his principles, even if it's misunderstood by those who expect emotional vulnerability as a sign of connection. Refusal to conform to social norms. Society thrives on conformity. From career paths to relationships, there are unspoken rules and expectations everyone is supposed to follow. Sigma males, however, reject these norms outright. They don't climb corporate ladders for status, follow dating trends, or succumb to societal pressures. This refusal to conform makes them outliers, and outliers are often targets of criticism. Modern women in particular may find this nonconformity unsettling. In relationships, many women expect certain behaviors from men: grand romantic gestures, constant communication, or adherence to traditional roles. A Sigma male doesn't play by these rules. He shows up authentically without pretension or performance, which can be refreshing but also disarming. This rejection of societal norms extends to modern dating culture as well. Sigma males don't engage in mind games or performative acts designed to impress. They value depth and substance over superficial connections. For women accustomed to the dance of modern relationships, this can feel like a refusal to engage. But the discomfort goes beyond dating. A Sigma male's nonconformity challenges the entire framework of modern society. He questions the norms others accept without thought, making him a disruptive force in a world that values predictability. For some women this challenge is inspiring, for others it's infuriating, a reminder of the limits they've accepted in their own lives. Unapologetic focus on personal goals. Sigma males are driven by a sense of purpose that transcends traditional aspirations. They prioritize their personal goals and inner growth over societal expectations or external validation. While this focus makes them highly effective and self-reliant, it also creates friction in relationships, particularly with modern women who expect a more traditional balance of priorities. For a Sigma male, his mission comes first. This doesn't mean he's incapable of love or connection, but his relationships must align with his greater purpose. He's not interested in sacrificing his goals for short-term pleasures or societal approval. This level of commitment can be inspiring but also alienating. Many modern women are accustomed to being a central focus in a relationship. When a Sigma male prioritizes his mission over traditional romantic gestures, it can feel like neglect or indifference. But this isn't about lack of care, it's about living authentically. The resentment often arises from the realization that they can't control or redirect his focus. A Sigma male isn't looking for someone to save or someone to save him. He values mutual respect and independence, which disrupts the traditional dynamics of dependency in relationships. Ultimately, his unapologetic focus serves as a reminder that fulfillment comes from within, not from external sources, a lesson that's empowering but also uncomfortable for those who've built their identities around external validation. Brutal honesty that challenges comfort zones. If there's one thing Sigma males refuse to compromise on, it's authenticity. They live by their principles and speak their truth even when it's unpopular or uncomfortable. While this brutal honesty is one of their greatest strengths, it's also a source of contention, especially with modern women accustomed to more diplomatic interactions. Sigma males don't sugarcoat their words or conform to societal scripts. They say what they mean and mean what they say. For women who value authenticity, this honesty is refreshing, but for others it can feel abrasive or even hostile. This honesty challenges comfort zones, forcing people to confront truths they might prefer to ignore. In relationships, this means Sigma males won't play along with emotional manipulation or false narratives. They call things as they are, not as others want them to be. But this trait goes beyond relationships. A Sigma male's commitment to truth often clashes with societal norms, where politeness sometimes takes precedence over sincerity. His refusal to compromise his values can make him a polarizing figure, admired by some and resented by others. In the end, this honesty isn't about superiority, it's about living authentically. For those who value growth and self-awareness, it's a gift. For those who resist change, it's a threat, and that's what makes the Sigma male both hated and admired, a mirror reflecting the discomfort and potential within us. Audience reactions and lessons learned. The Sigma male archetype highlights fundamental struggles in modern society: our reliance on validation, emotional reactivity, blind conformity, distraction from purpose, and discomfort with truth. He serves as both an inspiration and a challenge, forcing individuals to reevaluate their own behaviors and beliefs. One of the most significant lessons from the Sigma male is the power of independence. He does not seek approval or validation from others, which challenges the common belief that attention equates to affection. This teaches us that true confidence and fulfillment must come from within rather than external reinforcement. However, while self-sufficiency is empowering, it should not be mistaken for emotional unavailability. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual support, and complete detachment can lead to isolation rather than strength. Emotional control is another defining trait of the Sigma male. His ability to remain calm and collected prevents unnecessary drama, impulsive decision-making, and manipulation. This teaches us that emotional intelligence is not about suppressing emotions but managing them effectively. Many people struggle with emotional reactivity, allowing feelings to dictate their actions. The Sigma male, however, ensures that his decisions align with logic and principles rather than fleeting emotions. However, emotional detachment should not become an excuse to avoid vulnerability. True strength lies in balancing control with genuine human connection. The Sigma male's refusal to conform to societal norms is another aspect that sets him apart. While most people follow traditional career paths, relationship expectations, and social behaviors, he forges his own way. This challenges us to question whether we are truly living according to our desires or merely following a script imposed by society. However, rejecting norms should be done wisely. Some traditions hold value, and the key is discerning which ones serve us and which ones limit us. Purpose-driven living is another major lesson from the Sigma male. He prioritizes personal growth and goals over distractions, refusing to let fleeting pleasures or societal expectations dictate his life. Many people expect relationships or external achievements to bring them fulfillment. But true satisfaction comes from continuous self-improvement and dedication to a meaningful mission. However, relentless focus on goals should not come at the expense of meaningful relationships. While independence is vital, deep connections can provide support and enrichment along the journey. Finally, the Sigma male's commitment to brutal honesty forces people out of their comfort zones. He refuses to sugarcoat his words, which can be refreshing but also confrontational. His honesty serves as a wake-up call, making people confront truths they might prefer to ignore. However, honesty should be paired with tact. There is a difference between constructive truth-telling and unnecessary bluntness. The goal is not to offend but to foster genuine understanding and self-awareness. Ultimately, the Sigma male represents both a challenge and an inspiration. For those who admire his traits, the lesson is not to imitate him blindly but to integrate his strongest qualities in a balanced manner. Independence is powerful, but human connection is essential. Emotional control is useful, but vulnerability fosters deep relationships. Nonconformity is liberating, but wisdom is needed to discern which norms to reject. Purpose is crucial, but relationships can enhance the journey. Honesty is valuable, but delivery matters. In the end, the Sigma male's greatest lesson is this: live authentically, think critically, and pursue growth relentlessly, but do so with wisdom, balance, and an open heart. Thank you for watching. Do you enjoy Stoic Path? If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.